Yesterday it was revealed that Chucky was canceled by Sci-Fi, and you know, there are some people who like the show, some people who don't like the show. My bigger issue is relating to two different things. I was someone that liked the show. I remember how after season two ended, we weren't sure if there'd be a third season. There was a whole hashtag campaign, people calling for a season three to be made, and I was wondering when Mancini said there'd be another movie, what that meant for the show. Like, I figured the show would last at least 4 or 5 years, right? Some semblance of time that was in the single digit in terms of seasons, but I guess I was wrong. Now, Mancini actually put out a statement where he said, I'm heartbroken over the news that Chucky won't be coming back for a fourth season, but am so grateful for the killer 3 years we did have. I'd like to thank UCP, Sci-Fi, Peacock, Eat the Cat, our awesome cast, and Toronto-based crew, the best in the business. And finally, to our amazing fans, a big bloody hug. Your incredible hashtag Renew Chucky campaign really warmed Chucky's cold heart. Chucky will return. He always comes back. So I highly doubt this is the end of Child's Play. There will be no more anything ever. But here's something that I'm concerned about. Now, Mancini had, again, teased the idea of a fourth season, and just a spoiler warning, the third season ends on a cliffhanger for those who haven't seen it. When you plan out a season, I say this as someone who's written things before, generally speaking, you want to work with the allotted time that you have. So each season of Chucky was 8 episodes, about an hour-long episode each. And if he's able to theoretically make a new movie that serves as a sequel to the show, he's going to have to take that pitch or that idea that he had for season 4 and squeeze it down and compress it to work for an hour-and-a-half movie. And I just don't think that's something that will be beneficial to the plot. One of the things I did like about the show was the kind of slow burn to some degree or another. You're working with a lot of characters. You have the main trio. You have, Chucky himself, obviously, Tiffany, Andy, all these other characters who come back from the film. So it's hard to see where you can give each one. And I've even said before that as someone who has not made any videos on the show thus far, I really thought they were very underutilizing of most of the returning characters from the movies besides Chucky and to a lesser degree Tiffany. So if they had such a hard time or really didn't use them that much in this show with 20 episodes, I don't see where we can get a film that's going to use them appropriately or resolve this story and not have it come off as feeling rushed, because it's an hour and a half compared to what we usually get with each episode of the show. One other point to make, this is really sad from the standpoint of, so like if Sci-Fi came out and said, look, the ratings were bad, people weren't watching it, or gave some other specific reason, I would still be annoyed that it was canceled, but at least I would have like an idea. I am really disturbed by, just the fact that a show can be on a network, it can have people seemingly watching it, enjoying it, enough to where they have whole campaigns to get it renewed. And then because the people running the company or whoever decides, I don't want this airing anymore, they can just pull the plug. To hell with the cliffhanger, to hell with resolving anything. And again, whether you like or dislike the show, when we have things that are airing that there is a very obvious fan base for, and they just are made to disappear, it is something to worry about. When if any of you have like a hope or a desire to work for some company or have some show of your own, be warned that any plans you have, they can just scrap whenever they feel like it, regardless if people watch it, regardless of just any actual factors that you would think would keep a show running. So this is bad news all around. The one silver lining is I highly doubt that we're not going to see any more Child's Play stuff. I don't think we're going to get anything for a while because Mancini didn't exactly seem all that happy about what happened, and I would assume if he was thinking for a fourth season, he probably wouldn't try to have a movie until the year after next year, even longer than that. But yeah, it's just another one of these decisions by these companies to deprive people of what they want, and maybe they'll put out some statement at some later point that kind of reveals things, hopefully. Because that is the part of this that needs to get the most attention. Why did you cancel it? Why'd you pull the plug? Just cause. So I liked it. I enjoyed it. But it just seemed like every year after the first two, there was always that nail biter of, oh man, are we gonna get another season? Are we gonna get another season? And unfortunately, it didn't swing in our direction.